My brain is always stretching every time I write correct Timmy stories. That's the thing that I actually am passionate about cognitive training, is because cognitive training trains your brain. You know, the muscles in your brain. Does brain has muscles? Woman that has heavy flow can't do exercise on that day. As a woman, I feel like I have the most laziest of the day. Like out of a month, if I have my period, that's the time where I find justification and excuses in my own tiny brain to not work out. But I've worked out with heavy days, and I always do like the stretches. Because you know what? Especially with women, if you are like me with having like dysmenorrhea and having like, body aches, I notice that before that happens, I would find a time and make an effort to stretch, to make an effort to relax my body, range of motion. If I'm doing it on most days, I'm going to do the extra effort to actually put the time and proper form on my stretching, because it does help you with your period after. If you're a woman, try that. And if you're not a woman, if you have wife, if you have friends that are women, let them know that and let them try it, because I swear to God, these actually did help me a lot with my dysmenorrhea and, body aches when I have period. I would change my mindset of thinking fitness is a very, very boring, kind of like it's just, I don't want to do it type of thing. But I hope you can change your mindset where with fitness, you can understand your own body. You can actually balance your body. You can actually understand what food gets you fat or what exercise you don't like, what part of your body that you think are good once you get to lose the fat. You have to focus on your body, on your own training, on your own goals. Do not compare yourself with other people, or do not even try to compare your own body with other people, because that's the first mistake. We are all different. You probably doesn't even know what kind of body type do you really want with your body, but I bet you once you start, you see little changes here and there. It's like life, when you're trying to find happiness, you have to find different options or different choices you made in your life. You're gonna have mistakes here and there. Same thing as fitness. You're gonna have mistakes of doing this and then it become a scam or things like that. That's why fitness and life is the same thing. You have to have it both in this life. O, diba? Ang gulo ko, ang deep ko, ganon. Because everything needs to be disciplined in your life, like eating. Number one. I feel like this is the one on the top of why we can't get healthy or why we can't have six-pack is because our diet is shit. That's what I'm saying. If you cannot control yourself on eating things that you awarely know that is bad for you, that's what called discipline means. That's what called mentally fit means. You can actually adapt and adjust or mentally prepare yourself to what's coming. So that's why fitness is really, really important for everyone, because it's just gonna make you happy in the long run. And some people can only get motivated to work out if they have a friend to work out with them. That's what I'm saying. That's one size fits all. It's not a thing, because everyone has different needs. Everyone has different preferences. That's why there's a lot of people who rebound or couldn't really make it to whatever their goal is because they're always kind of like depending on something. There's a lot of options actually. YouTube is actually like working out with somebody. It's just virtual, but it is still working out with somebody. These are just excuses if you think about it. And don't get me wrong, I'm making excuses for myself also. I still feel crap, especially, with my injuries and with the things that I've kind of like experienced at the end of the year last year. It's like there are things that are happening in my body right now that I don't like, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop. It doesn't mean that I couldn't
oh, I failed. I failed already because I stopped. I had injury. I had all of these things.
You just have to rest. You just have to refresh and do it again. Go back to basics. Don't make excuses. Maybe we'll start with that. Don't make excuses. There's so much excuses you already have in your brain. So rather than make excuses, lessen your excuses. Bad Body Not So Fit says, you know what's crazy? People think I'm doing well, but I still feel like crap. But that's the thing. You have your own set of priorities. That's why I said when it comes to fitness, there's no one size fits all. I am a personal trainer. I would share different exercises with you guys, but it doesn't mean that there's only one. Like if you want to lose fat, these are the things you should do. But the thing is, you have to explore. I don't focus on number on the scale. I focus on my waist in inches. Wow, that's good. See, these are the things that you will learn once you start fitness in your life. You're gonna start to understand your body in a way that nobody can. You'll basically see things that before you don't feel attractive or you don't see attractive on you. But once you get that effect, the benefits of fitness in your life, small things count, especially if you're starting really, really badly. And I'm going to say this, if it's harsh, tough love, guys. Yeah. If you're starting with obesity, then be realistic. You have to understand being mentally fit is another thing, because if you're fat, if you're obese, if you cannot accept that's the reality you're facing right now, there's no way you're going to have the mentality or the set of mindset to go from obese to average. Don't focus on things that are too big, I guess. Focus on small things, small stuff, small changes, because then you see the small things that makes life worthwhile. It's all connected, guys. It really is. It really does. What are my fitness goals? My fitness goals this year, the number one downfall I have, and I'm very, very realistic about this, is my diet. I enjoy things from here and there. But as I've told you guys, if you're young, you are so used on eating a lot of things, eating a lot of garbage, because in your mindset, you never get fat. If you're one of those people that doesn't get fat, whether they eat a lot or not. So I'm going to try my best. But at the same time, this is what I'm saying. Everybody is going to get old. Your metabolism will suffer when you get old. Our metabolism is always not fast. There will come a time, most of us, our metabolism will start to crash. And that's why we get fat. And that's why a lot of old people get fat. Because you have to put more effort. It's like a relationship. Guys, at first, it's very, very fun and honeymoon phase and everything is all good in the world. There's no effort to do. But the more years you basically spend in a relationship, the more effort you have to put. Because even though you've been at it years and years, there's a lot of changes that is going to happen, and changes are inevitable. You cannot hide, you cannot escape it. It's there. You just have to adapt. You have to be fit. That's what I'm saying. Most already have the well-developed six-pack, just not visible due to genetics or fat surrounding it. The real question is, do you want it to show? Do you want it to show in performance or both? When it comes to six-pack, do not believe that crunches, exercise itself will give you six-pack, especially if you're in a fat category. The best option for you is diet. Without diet, you're not gonna have six-pack. Whether you tell me you're like working out every single day, it's not. If you don't have proper nutrition, if you can't find that proper nutrition that is specifically for you and your body, that your body answers to effectively, it's gonna be hard to have six-pack. And that's one of the things that I always feel like it's always like a, because I can't do it. Like I want a six-pack so bad. But that's the thing. You have to compromise on things. It's like life, if you want to succeed on something, you're going to compromise something so you can achieve that. So when it comes to six-pack, you can have the six-pack all you want, but at the end of the day, you're going to have that core. And how tall am I? I am 147 centimeters and proud to say I'm 14. I always laugh when I say that. I couldn't say it with a straight face.